Hello everyone and welcome back to Minecraft Zoology, and as always I am joined by Mahir, if I can find him.
Hello.
You seem to be in a bit of a pickle there.
No, I was just enjoying some water activities, as zoologists tend to do. Gotta stay fit for all this zoologisting.
Okay then. As you see
So
today.
where are we, Janil?
Today we're in a little greenhouse I made. So this is where our pumpkin and melon farm was and still is. I've upgraded the design.
Oh, and I see you've brought in some bees.
Are you not going to come down here and look at my stuff?
Oh no, sorry. I was just looking at the bees because zoologist.
You're ruining my structure of my episode. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, so this is a pumpkin melon farm designed by Il Mango, giving us some pretty good rates.
Link in the description.
Yeah, probably link in the description. Yeah, so we're just using that for trading, and I've got, like as Mahir stated out a little early, we put the bees in here because the bees outside, they kept on flying into the ocean and they kept on drowning.
Or into the campfires. That also happened.
Yep, they flew into the campfires. So in here they are safe. But today's focus is not on the bees.
What are we doing today, Janil?
Well, if you'd read the title, you would know.
Dude, I'm in the video.
Look down.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Pigs.
Daniel, why do those pigs look white?
Well, if you'd read the title properly, you'd know that today we're doing sheep.
Whoa!
Okay, but before we actually go in and show the sheep, I want to show off our first enclosure in our zoo. So, we've got this wide, big plains enclosure, bordered by this leaf barrier as well as some bricks. And see, we've got a bit of a cool tactic that modern zoos do is they have this little what do you call a slow gradient and then the steep thing to stop the animals from escaping. So I've done that in a bit of a viewing area. Yeah, so this is the startings of our zoo. This is our first enclosure. I'll probably add a few little shade structures and some other stuff in here. Also need to add paths and proper guest viewing areas, but yeah, this is the start of the zoo area. And as you can see, we've brought in our cows into the place. And we do have some sheep wandering around.
Daniel, don't you think it's a bit dangerous to have like a enclosure where guests can just walk in?
The thing is, guests aren't supposed to just walk in. Okay.
Like look at this. Whoa! I bet a guest could do that.
Yeah, lots of zoos have that. The thing is, they depend on guests not being assholes, and then we won't have to shoot any gorillas, and then we won't have toilet paper famine.
Speaking of toilet paper famine, sorry we're late on the next episode. Recording problems.
Oh
because
yeah.
of the toilet paper famine.
Yeah, the plague kind of rendered Mahir incapable of recording for a little bit, so that's why we're late.
Yeah, but we're back now.
We're back, and we got sheep, so let's actually hop into it. Over here, I have built a cool stable for our sheep. We have a interior still needs to be worked on a little bit, but yeah. There's a stable for our sheep, and you can see outside we have all the different varieties of sheep that you can get in game.
Minecraft has 16 different dyes, and so that means we have 16 different colored sheep in there.
Yep, Mahir, do you want to teach the kids their colors?
Got white, light gray, and black, green, yellow, orange, red, pink, magenta, blue, cyan, and brown. Did it cut off? Did it sound weird? You want me to repeat that?
No, it came out fine. You forgot light green and light blue. So in Minecraft, there's only 5 colors of sheep that spawn naturally.
That's right.
Excuse me, llama and cow. This is not your episode. Go away. It's the white, right. The light grey, the black, and the brown.
We actually also can get pink sheep.
Naturally.
Yeah, They spawn naturally, but they have a very low chance of spawning.
Oh,
It's
I
like
didn't.
insanely low.
Okay, I didn't even know that, but apparently you can get pink sheep naturally. You have any cool factoids about the sheep?
Yeah. So sheep, like your cows, are also ruminants.
Which we haven't explained, which I feel we didn't explain properly last episode. So I do have something set up for a little bit later.
So sheep are also your passive mobs. That means if you give them a smack on the bum, you can tell me he's tied to you.
Yes.
Okay, where's the other white sheep that I can smack? That's fine.
You can just smack him.
If you give them a little smack, they will just be creepily calm about it.
I don't think the llama like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's looking at me weird.
Oh, they're friends. How dare you hit llama's friend?
I'm sorry. Can we move away from here? The bars are getting to me now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so another interesting fact about the sheep is that they're probably one of the most destructive passive mobs in the game, in that they can convert grass into dirt.
Yeah.
As is demonstrating right here, which actually is a similarity to sheep in real life. They are more effective browsers than cows, so
Grazers.
my bad. They're like more destructive grazers than cows, so it means that sheep can overgraze a field, and often farmers have to practice crop rotation to stop sheep from completely destroying all the plants in a field. Yeah, so I'm not sure if the developers of Minecraft had that in mind, or just coming up for a cool way for sheep to regrow their wool. But yeah, it's pretty realistic feature of the game.
Yeah, sheep are found all over the world, and that's the same for Minecraft. Sheep spawn everywhere there's grass. There's only a few places they won't spawn, those being places such as the Mushroom Islands or the Nether. Sheep don't spawn in the Nether.
I don't think they
strangely.
spawn in the ocean.
Yes.
Pretty much all the same spaces that cows can spawn. Now sheep.
If there's grass, there can be sheep.
Yep. Now sheep have a pretty cool trick. The main reason why we all love sheep is because the little wool. We can shear them.
Where did it go?
Well, Mahir, it's right here. I simply cut it all off.
Whoa.
Using these magical shears. And that's how we get wool. Similar to real life. Now, if this guy will just eat...
And this isn't harmful to the sheep, like PETA so clearly tells us?
Yeah, done right. And most of the time it is done right.
When not done right, then sheep can be harmed. But Minecraft sheep are always done right, because we are pros.
Of course. Yes. Bada bing, bada boom. He ate, and he was able to regrow his wool. And we can shear him again.
So you can get wool by shearing sheep, but you can also get them by killing them. However, that will give you much less wool. You will only get 1 block compared to the 2 or 3 you can get by shearing. However, you can also get you can also get mutton. So I'm really sorry.
Whoa, he just disappeared. Wool and mutton. You see, mutton is a food source that restores, when cooked, restores up to 3 hunger bars. So, not as effective as beef, but still a good food source if you have sheep farms.
Yes, but however, with better food sources out there and with sheep giving us the precious wool commodity, I think it's fair that we shouldn't really kill these little woolies. Unless they overgraze like he did.
Don't kill him. He'll grow back.
So sheep are part of the genus Ovis, and the common species name is Aries. So Ovis aries. Oh, he grew his wool back. So Ovis aries is the species and genus name given to most common sheep species around the world.
The domestic sheep.
Most domestic, yes, that is correct.
All domestic sheep.
Yeah. So whenever you see a sheep, it's probably Ovis aries.
Yeah, so while there are 6 species of sheep in the genus Ovis, the domestic sheep being one that Mahir mentioned, the other 5 all cool wild species of sheep, being the
Bighorn sheep. Those ones are really cool. They've got the really curvy antlers. Why don't you have that? Why do you have curvy horns?
because we only want his wool.
Don't buy me.
There's Uriel sheep, which you have mufflons, you have a Dal sheep, you got snow sheeps, and you got the mountain sheep. Well, Mahir, do you know what time it is?
Is it breeding time? Insert sexy music.
No, Mahir. Well, in a little bit, but first, it's time for genetics with Mealie.
Yay!
So yeah,
what are we learning today?
Today we're gonna learn sheep genetics in Minecraft and a bit of sheep genetics in real life. So with genetic traits, there are three possibilities that can happen: complete dominance, co-dominance, and incomplete dominance. And this is all dependent on the alleles that determine the trait. So normally you would have complete dominance, where in this case we have a homozygous individual. Homozygous means that its two alleles are identical. So in this case it has two dominant R alleles, and R means it codes for red. So whether it has big R, a dominant R, or a small r, the red will always show through. And only if you have two small r's, then the white shows through. So in this case, two homozygous individuals match. They both have the same genes, and they give a baby with a big R and a small r. And since the big R is dominant, the baby is completely red. Then we move on to co-dominance, where both traits are equally dominant. We have R's and big W's. And when they breed, the baby comes off with the traits from both parents. So it has both traits of white and red, R and W. And last but not least, we have incomplete dominance, where neither trait is dominant. So when you breed the two, we get a mixture of the colors. So in this case, red plus white equals pink. So in Minecraft, sheep follow a rule of complete dominance and incomplete dominance.
So that depends on the dyed sheep that you're using. If the dyes can actually be mixed together, for example, blue and white dye giving you light blue, then the sheep breeding with those dyes will have the same color.
Yeah,
so the baby will have the same color as the dyes mixing. However, if the dyes cannot be mixed, then it's just randomly going pick one. For example, brown and white.
Yep.
Let's give them some examples.
Okay, so as we can demonstrate here with red and white, we breed the two. Bada bing, bada boom. The baby that came out, below and hold, is pink. Mixture of the two, clear case of incomplete dominance. While on the other hand, if we had to mix two colors that can't be mixed, say blue and orange, Mahir, would you do the honors?
Blue? The snoot. Oh, I can't reach orange. We may have a problem, Janil.
Come up.
I'm free.
As you can see, the baby has come out orange, showing a case of complete dominance in the sheep, where, yeah. God, why are you bringing cows in this mess?
That was an accident.
So as you can see, in this case, we have a case of complete dominance where the baby is completely orange and doesn't have any trace of blue. Well, in real life, sheep do actually exhibit a case of complete dominance, where in real life, the white sheep is dominant over the black, which doesn't happen in Minecraft, because if you breed the two, you get a dark gray sheep. And black sheep are dominant over brown sheep, so we can actually show that Minecraft doesn't follow these rules if we can get this dark sheep to breed with this black sheep, to breed with this brown sheep. We can see that the baby that came out was brown, so clearly in this case the brown was dominant over the black, so Minecraft doesn't follow the same rules as real life. So yeah, I know there's a chance the black sheep was heterozygous and had a dominant black gene and a recessive brown gene, and passed that recessive brown gene off to the offspring, and that combined with the brown genes from the other sheep led to the brown offspring. Minecraft genetic system still isn't that complex, so whatevs. So as we mentioned earlier, sheep are ruminants, and I did try and explain what a ruminant. We did try and explain what ruminants were last episode, but it didn't come out so well. So I have set up a little something to demonstrate. We'll show and tell what a ruminant
Hello.
is.
What am I doing down here?
So as you can see, we have a big old goat here. What Mahir is going to be food for this goat. So Mahir,
This wasn't part of zoologist school.
sure, whatever floats your boat. So Mahir, will you please be volunteer to get chewed?
Very well. Let me know when to begin.
I said now.
Oh, ow.
So
ow,
Mahir is in the goat's mouth, currently being chewed.
Ow. Ow. Oh. What's happening?
You're being chewed, Mahir. And now the goat has
hit me.
properly chewed. It's fine. Now the goat has properly chewed you. The goat swallows, and the first. And as we said before, ruminants have 4 stomachs. So now, a common misconception is that the ruminant will chew the food, swallow it. It goes to one stomach, swallows back, and spits it back up, chews again, and swallows it, and it goes to another stomach, and it does that till it cycles through all 4 stomachs. That's quite a common. That's a big old lie. Even Mahir thought that, even though I was sitting next to him on all 3 separate occasions where we learned that.
Yeah, nah, it's something that we learn quite a lot and hard to remember.
Okay, so the food first moves into the chamber known as the reticulum. What the reticulum does is facilitates movement of the food between the throat and the other 2 stomachs that connect to it. So the food then moves into this yellow chamber we call the rumen, where the ruminants get their names from. And in here there's a whole bunch of microbes, so bacteria, sometimes fungus, that further break down the food because...
I feel so broken down.
Because as we said before, these guys, they eat plant matter, and cellulose is very hard for an animal to actually break down. So we need the help of fungus and bacteria and other helpful microbes to break it down for us. And once it's broken down a little bit, it moves back into the reticulum, and it is regurgitated to be chewed back up again as cud.
Please don't shoot me again, I'm on 5 hearts.
Okay, fine. And once it's been chewed a little bit, mixed with some saliva, it forms a bolus and it's swallowed back down again, where it moves into the reticulum, the red, yes, and back into the rumen, further broken down. And that process happens quite a few times of regurgitating and chewing and regurgitating and chewing. Yeah, so once the food has been processed for long enough, it moves into this red chamber over here called the oomesum, where...
You said red chamber over here.
Orange chamber. You know what I meant. I'll shoot you again. I'll digest you further. Watch it.
I'm very pretty digested.
You're not fully digested yet. You still got 2 stomachs to go through. So yeah, all the fatty acids are absorbed by this stomach. And then we move into this magenta chamber, which is the last stomach, called the abyssomesum, or the true stomach. So this is pretty much the equivalent of the stomach that you and I have, where enzymes are released and the food is properly digested. That was all the enzymes. As you can see, quite effective. And now the food is ready to be absorbed, and we move into the intestines, the large and small intestines, where the food is properly absorbed. And once it's absorbed, all that's left is, of course, the crab. And bada bing, look, it's Mahir. Mahir, your crab. Digestion. So, Mahir, how would you rate your digestion experience?
1 out of 10 would not do again.
Yeah, so that's the way ruminants work, or foregut digesters. They also call foregut digesters because their rumen is in the front of them, whereas other animals like horses are hindgut digesters, which have quite a different digestive system, which we will dive into once we do horses. And there's another raid.
Wait, where?
Right here.
These guys.
No, no, you don't have good ping.
Wow.
Well done.
I stomped him to death.
You got an arrow in an uncomfortable place. Put the shield away. Yeah, you got an arrow in an uncomfortable place.
I used to be a great zoologist, then I took an arrow to the crotch.
For our sheep, we have one last trick up our sleeve. We call this the Jeb codon.
Now, of course, some of you Minecrafters obviously know what's about to happen here. But for the rest of you,
Wait,
do you want to do it? Sorry.
Wait. Yeah.
But for the rest of you guys, be prepared to be amazed at how sheeps can truly be amazing.
I like
for
to
this
call
one
this.
reason.
I like to call this the Jeb codon. I think when you put this on a sheep, it rewires all the genetic coding on the sheep so that no color suppression is present. So normally on a sheep, if you were to dye it, it completely rewrites the genetic code of the sheep. So boom, it's red. While in real life, the sheep would be red, and once you cut the wool off, it will grow back to its original color. In Minecraft,
that
no.
was so quick.
He was prepared. In Minecraft, our sheeps, we complete, these dyes are very potent. We change them at the cellular level so that they're permanently red.
And we're not even going to use dye here.
Now in this case, we attach the name tag, Jeb underscore, and bada bing, bada boom. All the colors are present.
DJ Jazzy Jeb in the house.
And see, we have a good old rainbow coloration on our sheep now. But when you do share them, the original color does come back out.
Why couldn't you have ever-changing wool color, you disappointment? Get out of my face.
Yeah, so that's just a cool little Easter egg the developers of the game put in. That when you name the sheep Jeb underscore, which in case you don't know is one of the main developers of Minecraft.
I think he is the main developer, the head honcho, as you would say, of Minecraft. Shout out to Jeb.
Yep. And when you rename the sheep that, they go rainbow colored.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, guys, that was Minecraft Zoology Sheep Edition. What are we doing next, Janil?
I'm not too sure actually. Maybe pigs, maybe chickens, maybe even horses. I left a space there for stables. We'll see.
Yep, that's right. But yeah, this was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed another episode.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it won't take a month to come out like this one did, but there will be other content on the channel, I guess, just not Minecraft related.
Or it could be.
Not good. Nah, probably not.
Yeah. Okay then. See you guys.
Bye. Making some melons. Making some melons. Making some melons. Oh.
Hello there.
Oh.
Revenge!